I think, yes, 5 to 6 p.m. So it's almost like 11 hours or so. So the duration is not much. And yeah.
Sorry, Haja, did you say the duration is not much?
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, wow.
It's
okay.
not. Yeah.
Do you agree that it's not much?
It's not much.
How will you say it's not much?
It's not much. It's not. because
to
you know,
for 11 hours without eating. Haja, please.
Let me tell you. You know, because this thing you are doing is spiritual. You are feeling it. You are full already.
Okay, when you add spiritual to
yes,
it,
yes, you are full. Yes, you are full. You are full. And you know, inside you, health-wise, you are fit. You are okay. You wake up, you go to work, you do ward rounds, you do consultation in the clinic, then you go out for meetings, you come to the studio, you go back home and enter the kitchen. So I feel it's something to, you know, one is, it makes you fit, health-wise. Yeah. Because if you don't do... Some people,
their energy level are down more when they're fasting.
Well, you know, sometimes when you are not high.
If you say that when we are fasting, we should be supporting ourselves with, I'm doing it unto God, I'm doing it unto God. Okay, yes, I agree. But if you're talking about health-wise or physically...
But if you're working, you have to go to work. You have to go to work. If you have patient, you have to see the patient. You have operation, you have to be in the theater to do that.
Okay.
So...
Okay, I agree with you. I mean, different strokes for different folks. But Rosevalene, I'm going to ask you this: like, how do people ensure they're getting adequate nutritional balance when they are fasting? How do we ensure that, like, we're balancing it out? I mean, I know you've mentioned several times that you take water, you take this, you take that. But how do I ensure that in the midst of taking all these things, there's a balance? Because my body's already used to, assuming I'm fasting for 2 weeks, my body's already used to, for this 14 days, I'm not eating for 11 hours. So how do I now ensure that whatever I'm giving to my body, I'm creating a good balance for whatever it is I'm taking in?
Okay, just like I said earlier, is to note what your reason for fasting is. Now, if it's, and before then, you already have your lineup of, you know, eating and how you've been eating before now. So even with the fasting, the only thing that changes there is while fasting, something was expended. And now you want to refill what has been expended. So you want your energy output and input to be of equal side. What do you now do? What have you been consuming before fasting? I give an instance. If your regular meal has always been, you wake up in the morning, you take flakes in the afternoon, rice and beans, and you know that you started your fasting in the morning and you ended it, you know, within the noon time. You are looking out for the supper. Now what do? You don't add up what you lost from your breakfast and your lunch to eat the supper.
Dinner.
Now, how do we do? Because why we call it supper, we don't call it dinner. We call it supper because if you call it dinner, that means you're expecting more to be added to the meal. But when you say supper, yes, we refer to it as supper because supper is the last meal. Whatever meal that accompanies that supper becomes your healthy snacking.
So I should stop having dinner and
so yes, because if you say dinner, dinner is continuous. When you use the word dinner, it is continuous. And when you say dinner, it also means that you still wake up if you're having that feeling to eat, So since you are looking out for your supper, and you know that your lunch is rice and beans, now fine, you can take your rice and beans at that moment for your supper. But of course you will be hungry after that because you have expended so much. That is where you go for your healthy snacking. You know, your healthy snacking may not necessarily, some people are not good at the cucumber, some people are not good at the vegetables. Now you can substitute it for, if you like masa, you can take your masa with your vegetables. That has covered up for if you're not good at taking your nuts, if you're not good at taking your fruits, if you're not good at, because some people like it when it comes, you know, these vegetables, some people like it as soup.
Right.
They don't fancy it as, come and eat garden egg. You say, okay, which one? Green one. It's already bitter. So it's not in them. So now, let's give them this option of taking it. Or you try to, you know, inculcate it like a mixture of salad, make a rich meal out of it. You have your cucumber, you can add your carrots, you can add, you know, it becomes appetizing and appealing for one to see. It becomes a salad for you.
Okay.
You know, or you make a fruit salad, that's fine. So that will now cover up for whatever you've expended. You now see that as you've taken that, you did not increase your plate. What you just did not increase your plate, because when you increased the plate, I eat with a big size plate of this and then, because I fasted, I make it 2 plates. You didn't increase the plate. What you just increased was the food, that's the nutrient in that plate.
Oh, fantastic. I have messages coming in, but oh, of course, today is World Dietitian Day.
World Dietitians Day.
Congratulations, we're celebrating you today. So I have questions and messages coming in, but I'm going to first ask you, Hajia, to tell me maybe the essence of why you feel the need